Yeah. Coming off obviously a tough loss, game that led most of the way, and felt like we had plenty of opportunities to build leads, especially throughout the first half, and didn't quite shoot the ball well enough. You know, offensively, I thought we played well enough. We had very, very high OER, one of the best that anybody's had against them all year. But thought the difference was the last 10 minutes was offensive rebounding for them, and obviously we need one rebound and we win. But it's on to the next one, and can't hang your head in this league, and you get a very, very good Wisconsin team that is explosive offensively, and very similar to us in the way they play, with 5 out, with bigs who can really shoot it, and guards who get downhill. And so they're coming off a tough loss as well. A team that's obviously has given Michigan their only loss, so a team that we know is very, very talented, and we're going to have to play off we won't beat.
Obviously, the two guards do so much for them. Well, what makes those two, the combination of those two in particular, a difficult task?
Yeah, they're elite downhill. They're both guys who are very, very capable of shooting the ball from 3, but they're both, they're both very, very good downhill attacking. In their motion, their movement is got great pace to it, great rhythm. They play very fast in transition. Boyd is a guy that will really push in transition and has great tempo and speed to his game. So Blackwell's a physical downhill driver who again his step back is very, very lethal. So they're both very talented offensive players.
Obviously, Andre stepped into one of those A1 defender roles, but who else do you look to when you have two guys? Keaton?
Yeah, I think Keaton. I think Ben's become one of those guys. I think that, I think one of the things that we felt like we probably should have done in the Michigan State game was throw Ben on Fears a little bit, again, it's more about our team defense than it is one individual, and obviously it takes 5 guys to do their job, and we didn't do it good enough late in the game the other day.
Do you notice any difference since it's Boyd and Blackwell now as opposed to Tanjay and Blackwell last year? Is there anything they do differently?
Oh, they had great guards last year. These guys are really good. It's just their pace is a little different. Tanjay was 6'5" and could, just physically beat you up and get a shot anytime you wanted. Boyd does it with his speed and quickness. Klesmet was another guy that was, just a wily veteran and big shot maker. So, I thought those 3 last year were extraordinary. These guys are very, very good. Rhodey fits in there as a nice piece as well, and they're playing the same way. They're just a little quicker, a little faster, and I've just been really impressed with their ability to get downhill.
What are some challenges of a 2-day prep?
We've had a bunch of them. It's just what we do. Yesterday we got back really late from East Lansing, excuse me, and it was more of a mental day, and break a light sweat and get a lift with Fletch, and then today we'll have a normal day. So we've had a busy 30 days, and so nothing new there.
Wisconsin takes a lot of threes. What's key in defending that?
Guarding them. You've got to pick your poison. I think we understand you're going to give up some. You can't give them the easy ones. You can't give them the ones that you screw up a switch, or you screw up a coverage, or you screw up not getting back in transition. And those are the ones that break your back. So we've just got to contest and know that they're going to make them. Winter's an elite 5-man. I think he's one of the best bigs they've had. And, he can shoot it. He's driving it. You know, he's a very, very good all-around player. So, you know, you got to understand that they're all going to shoot him, and when you do that, they're very similar to us. They're going to, you know, I would think tomorrow night there's going to be quite a few threes taken.
You talked about the little things hurting you at Michigan State, and the fact that they were sort of uncharacteristic things you haven't done. Does that make it a easier fix or easier thing to kind of get through in film?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did some things better than us, and consistently for 40 minutes. I thought they rebounded better than us. We were right there. The margins were very similar to the last few minutes of the game. And that being said, we led throughout. You know, they're going to push and transition, and you know, we fouled. You know, like them or not. I mean, we fouled and we didn't get the calls, and on the other end. So, you know, that's you know, a tribute to Jeremy, I guess, and his ability to keep getting those foul calls and launching his body into people. But you know, Keaton didn't get those calls. But at the end of the day, we need one rebound and we win.
Did you get a chance to review on your own the trip? I mean, does that call
Sure.
sit well with you, or did you think it was intentional?
It doesn't do me any good to comment on it. So it wasn't called, whether I like it or not. You know, we can. I've gotten 400 officials' opinions on that, and people's calls. So it doesn't matter what I think anymore. And you know, it wasn't called, but a trip has always been a foul.
Keaton seems to have the maturity and approach to bounce back from a subpar shooting game like that. You haven't seen a break in his confidence.
No, he didn't shoot very well against Maryland and came out pretty good the next night. So Keaton's Keaton, man. He's unfazed by all that stuff.
Obviously, so much of offensively attacking matchups, ball movement. When you have someone like Andre who's as good one-on-one as he is that a release valve that you can just let him go get one if things are kind of stagnant a little bit?
Andre's he was incredible in the game, and you know, got his ankle stepped on early, and was phenomenal. His you know, his screen below, stay below action, rolling to the rim, setting screens. That's been a major improvement for him in his game. His ability to, you know, to be used as a screener and roll and be effective getting downhill. His ability to, you know, kind of has a little fade away in the post. You know, that'll be it's a great tool to have. So yeah, his isolations are and his one-on-one ability is a huge plus for us.
It's been a little while since you've had a week where you just get to stay home and play a couple games. You know, what can this week maybe do where you don't have travel in it?
I don't really look at it like that. I don't know if it's, you know, it's always nice to be home. I think it's comforting for our players to, you know, sleep in their own beds and but you know, it's just kind of the days all run together. We have no idea what day it is. It's just the next game, and you know, if you get a couple home games, it means you got a couple road games coming up. So I don't make too much of the home and road stuff. It's just the next game and the next opportunity to go perform, and in this league you better do it well or you get dinged.
What could a home game with several hundred people wearing Jake Davis wigs maybe mean?
I hope it's not an omen for Head and Shoulders to be sold at the concession stands for the dandruff problem. But no, I don't know. It's pretty cool. You know, Jake's pretty proud of that hair, and you know, it works for him.
Do you have any doubts those two at the end of regulation are going to be good, and it just feels like a moment for Jake?
Well, that's just huge. I mean, we were all talking, you know, as coaches, like how many of us have ever been in that moment? And you know, that's not the easiest environment to go shoot in, and he just stepped up there like it was nothing. And you know, he said he was nervous. He should have been, and but he just stepped up there and, you know, did what great shooters do and what great leaders do, and that's that show his mettle, and he did that. Boy, those were big. I wish he'd have made the follow, the tip in, so it had been an and one, but he was huge.
What do you think about David at the point forward roles? And is that something that's likely to continue when Kylan comes back?
Absolutely. I mean, he was terrific. He was terrific in it. It's all matchup based, stuff for us. And when you've got an exceptional ball handler and an even better passer, and then a guy that let's not forget that finish he made with his left hand was equally as good. So, you start putting that with his ability to shoot jump shots and his shot fake and his ability to pivot. That's a pretty good weapon for us moving forward.
Since it is roughly mid-February, where is Kylan at in terms of has he been able to ramp up anymore since we talked to you on Friday?
Yeah, he was very active yesterday in his conditioning. He was very active with his individual workout, and he'll be practicing today. But we'll see as he's got an appointment later in the week as to what his reactions are. To his practicing in terms of swelling, but I would think he's progressing pretty nicely right now.
So he can shoot the ball now with his right hand?
He can shoot it.
You don't expect him to be in uniform tomorrow?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Do you think that's a possibility on this homestand?
I don't know that. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Coach.